Hey guys, this is Eskimo Poodle, and we are back with Let's Play Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch on the Sony PlayStation 3. Last time, we did some errands around Ding Dong Dell here, got ourselves some money, some stamps, not enough to get a reward from the stamp card yet, but we did some stuff, and then we met up with a ghost over by that gravestone looking area right there, and then we went to the castle to go talk to King Tom about getting a magic wand, and we had to go find the king's red herring right here, so we might as well go return that to him, because, well, if we don't, well, we can't do a whole lot, can we? Alright, so let's talk to the guard with the orange smiley face. You again. I'm afraid we still haven't located King Tom's pet. Gee, it's not possibly sitting right in front of you, is it? This one, you mean? We came to deliver the king's fish back to him, sir. Is that? Goodness. I know the regal scarlet tones of the king's beloved red herring anywhere. Well, I'll be. I reckon he must have swum out through the sewers into the town, like. Is that so? I must let the other guards know right away. Ah, if I remember rightly, you were... That's right, we need to see the king. Yes, of course. But with him in his current state... What's that? Something up, is there? You could say that. Did I mention that the person charged with caring for the king's red herring just let it escape? Everyone in the palace has grown terribly lax of late. So lax we needed to enlist the help of passing travelers, as you know only too well. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but the king himself has been indolence personified, and it seems to be rubbing off on his subjects. Indolence? Is that like laziness? I'm afraid so. Well, perhaps being reunited with his beloved red herring will give him the boost he needs. In you go. Teddy, we're off to see the king. Come on, Ollie boy. Well, hopefully this cheers him up and gets him off his butt.
A pleasure to meet you, you are Meowjesty.
So it was you who delivered one's treasure back to one? Hmm?
That's right.
Yes, your Meowjesty.
And you wish for a prize? Hmm?
Go on, man. Ask him.
Come now, don't be shy.
Well, your Meowjesty.
Out with it now!
We need your wand.
One's wand. Huh? What did you say?
Crikey.
That smell. Could it be?
That's right, you are Meowjesty. He's not from our world. He's the one whose power freed me from my prison.
What? You mean he broke his spell? This little boy?
Yes.
Do you understand what you're saying, Fairy? Once you defy him, there's no turning back.
I know, but...
But what precisely?
Well, you know, he might be able to...
It's not one's concern. You may not have the wand. Now be gone.
Does that mean no wand, Mr. Droopy?
Looks like it.
So how do we get the wand now?
Something wasn't quite right about our royal friend. Broken-hearted he is, or I'm broken-headed.
The king is?
Lacking enthusiasm, it looked like. And because he's broken-hearted, the whole kingdom's being dragged down with him.
What are we waiting for? Let's go find the piece of heart he's missing.
Blimey, you don't need much encouragement, do you?
The guard outside of town was short on enthusiasm too, huh? Indeed he was, Ollie boy. Like I say, I reckon the king's brokenheartedness is dragging everyone else down with him. But the other guard gave us some of his enthusiasm to help his friend. We should go ask him for some more. No, man. Don't go doing that. There's a very important rule about borrowing pieces of people's hearts. There is? What is that? Well, you can't go taking the same piece of heart from the same person twice, see? One little scoop off the top is all it's safe to borrow. Gee, I didn't know that. I'll be sure to be real careful from now on. So what do we do, Mr. Drippy? We trawl the town for someone else with get up and go plenty in it. It's a sleepy old place, but there's bound to be someone somewhere. The only problem is, where? Ding Dong Dell's not exactly village size, after all. You might even say it's proper massive. It's not that big compared to some of the other towns of the game, but it's reasonably good sized. I guess it kinda is, huh? It's something of a quandary, are we? Yay, it's the Telling Stone, who finally has his first speaking role since we got him. Hi, Mr. Telling Stone. You seem perplexed, my young friends. I thought you might benefit from a dose of my expansive knowledge. Thanks, that's real nice of you. You see, we need to borrow a piece of somebody's heart, but we don't know how to find one. Elementary, my dear Oliver. In times like these, just look to your locket. How do you mean? Well, not only can it carry pieces of heart, the locket is also extremely sensitive to their proximity. It will glow when they are nearby. Tidy, so we can use it to track down some enthusiasm then, ain't it? Allow me to tell you a little more about that locket of yours. You will see that it has a habit of glowing brightly from time to time. This is how it reacts in the presence of those who possess one of the heart's virtues in abundance. Incidentally, those with pieces of heart to spare will also glow verdant green on the mini-map in the top right of your screen. Neato. It will not serve to tell you which of the virtues the subject has in excess, but it should still provide exceedingly useful to you nonetheless. I just know it will. Now sally forth and seek ye your piece of heart, young adventurer. Thank you so much, Mr. Tellingstone, sir. And Oliver is just too polite for his own good. And if ever you find yourselves in need of knowledge again, you may consider me wholly at your service. Farewell for now, friends. Right, Wally boy, let's have a look around for someone with a drop of enthusiasm to spare then, shall we? If your locket glows up all of a sudden, we'll know we're on the right track. Got it. Let's go, Mr. Drippy. So yeah, now, if we look at the minimap, then the people that have the pieces of heart that we need will be kind of like a green dot. I forget if they show up on the actual map when you press the R1 button, but we'll find out in just a minute. Because we know where the... Well, I know where the guy is that we need, but I'm not sure if it actually shows up there. Did my treasure chest respawn over here? It did not. Okay. I forget if that one actually has anything besides the earring for the cat. The Grimalkin, obviously. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure if it does have anything. Let's see, any other monies? No? Oh well. They'll respawn periodically. Same thing with the harvesting points outside. So, I mean, they're not terribly important, but I mean, heck, you get 15 guilders just from the 2 pots over in this side of town. Let's see. Oh, well, there we gotta go. That's where we gotta go over there. The star by the, well, whatever that place is. I don't think there's any new errands right now, and even if there are, I'm not going to bother with them just yet. Aha, I escaped for this. And we got 20 guilders, very nice. And that's still not respawned. I guess some of them respawn faster than others. You know, we never did check out the Houtique store after we got our clothes from there. Let's go check that out real fast. I'm probably not going to buy a whole lot right there, but it's always nice to see what they carry. Who's there? Oh, hello. Who can I help you today? Alright, let's see what they got for buying here, shall we? Let's see, we got bread, we got iced coffee. Yeah, the mana restoration stuff in this game is pretty expensive. $200 for 10 MP. Yeah, it's kind of pricey, so hopefully you find a lot of that stuff. Poison be gone. Okay, we don't need too many of those. We have some. And blindness be gone. I'm not going to worry about that. But you can also buy treats that raise your stats. I think they only ever sell the basic treats for the most part, but eventually we're gonna find the advanced treats and also eventually be able to make the advanced treats, but that's not going to be for a while. And then these ingredients right here, all these ingredients are for like alchemy stuff. I don't think we need any of it right now for like side quests or anything like that, but different towns will sell different different ingredients. Like here in Ding Dong Dell, you'll have the bubbler honey, and I think the well, pretty much the bubbler honey. So different areas have different stuff to to pick up. Let's see, is there anything I can get rid of here? We don't need this wooden sword, like, at all. So let's get rid of that. Let's see. We're going to go to keep the leafy mantle, because that's going to come in handy reasonably soon, actually. The giant's tooth, again, that'll come in handy soon. You could sell some of these, whatchamacallits, some of these high-level treats that you found for pretty good money. Like, especially the sweetie pies for, that's what, 450 gold right there. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but you don't have to hold on to them, I guess. And there's our treasure chest that we still can't get. But yeah, if you find those rare treats, or the higher level treats, and you're just not concerned about adding stats to your familiars, then you can just sell them, I guess. Let's see, did your pot... No? No one else's pots have respawned for some reason. Ah, by the way, I think there's something back here. Let's see, where is it? This is one of these alcoves. There it is. Yeah, it's kind of hidden. And we got a bottle of iced coffee. I forget, does the telling stone tell you about the treasure chests in town? Or no? Let's see. I don't remember if it does. No, I think it just tells you out in the woods, or like the world map, pretty much. Huh? Oh well. Alright, let's go see if this 5 guilders has respawned yet. Oh, there we go. It has. Every once in a while, the harvest points and the pots in towns and stuff like that will have different items. It's like a really rare chance to have like a slightly different item. Most only have the 1 item, but there's a few that have like 2 items, and there's one that has like 3 or 4 items that you can get. But for the most part, it'll just be like 1 or 2 items you can get. Look, Mr. Drippy, the locket. It's glowing. Tidy. And there's someone around by here with a piece of heart to spare, ain't it? And the only person around by here is him. And look at him, man. He can barely stand still. He's so eager. Jackpot. If you remember, this was a kid that was up on top of where we found the crying kid, but our locket wasn't glowing then because apparently we didn't need it. Yeah, a lot of times the newest piece of heart you get, you'll have to get it from a specific person, and then you'll be able to find that piece of heart from other people. So you can't just stockpile it before you need it. So, oh well. You mean you think he has some enthusiasm to spare? That I do, my lad. I'd bet my lantern on it. Let's go and get it, shall we? Alright, so let's go talk to the little guy. How do, Saucepan Head? I don't suppose you fancy doing us a favor, do you? Hey, stop distracting me. I'm busy. Busy? What are you busy doing exactly? Protecting the town from the mice, of course. Mice? Oh yeah, I remember hearing about the mice who live in Ding Dong Dell. Those mice are a menace. They're always running around, getting up to no good. But the grown-ups are too lazy to do anything about it. Most of them hardly notice when the mice steal things, and the ones that do don't seem to care. Well, Tommy Stout's not going to stand for it. I know the mice all live down in the well, so I'm standing guard here. Any mouse that comes this way is in for a battering. Well, well, we were right about this one. He's bursting with enthusiasm. Over to you, Ollie boy. What are you talking about? Well, King Tom seems to be really short on enthusiasm right now. Yeah, that's where you come in, Tommy boy. You got loads of stuff. If we gave some of it to King Tom, the whole town would sort itself out quick sharp. Yeah, so we were just wondering if you could share some of your enthusiasm with us. Of course. I'd do anything to help the king. Thanks, Tommy. So let's take some of this little kid's heart. Yeah, apparently all the grown-ups are slackers around here. And there we go. Let's go bring this back to King Tom, and he should rustle up a nice little wand for us. And we're good to go. Wow, that was strange. Well, now I know what magic feels like. Strange? What do you mean? Non-wizarding types ain't used to spells, see, Ollie boy. They don't know what to make of them half the time. So does this mean King Tom's going to be alright now, Oliver? Yes. And once the king gets back to normal, everyone else should start feeling better too. That's right, Mun. Your enthusiasm is going to put a spring in everyone's step, ain't it? That's great to hear. Until then, though, I'd better stay here and keep an eye out for mice. Alright. See you later, Tommy. So he's gonna watch out for mice then, is that? Okay, if you want, I mean, I guess you could try beating him off with the broom. That's what like housewives did back in the day, right? They saw a mouse and they whacked at it with the broom until it ran away. Either that or they sicked the cat on it. Which reminds me, all of you are cat people, so why don't you guys just all go down there and eat the mice? Yeah, well. Alright, so let's go back to the king and get our wand, and then we're pretty much done with Ding Dong Dell. We can go do other stuff since we got a better wand. We can go take a Shadar. Yeah, not for a while. Not for a really good portion of the game, actually. How you doing, Baldy? Folks around here tell their children that the king of the mice lives down Ding Dong Well. It's only a story, but the thought alone is enough to send a shiver down my spine. The king of the mice, huh? Well, if he's got his little underground kingdom and we've got our little upground kingdom, or above ground kingdom, there we go. We should all be happy, right? I thought there was something over here, but no, it was that treasure chest that I already got. Do we have to re-talk to the guard or no? No, we don't. Okay. Before we go, let's take a quick look around the palace here. It's a rather nice looking palace. Yeah, you got a nice little lake. Got the little fish statues, kind of like giant tuna, actually. That's my guess. That's my guess as to what they are. Not sure what those are supposed to be, but they're just up there. Then you got the little, actually big potted plants. So yeah, it's a nice looking throne room. Very nice. That's a rather elaborate throne backing. What are those? Marlins on the sides of the throne right there? I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a really nice looking palace. Kind of a lot of empty space, but oh well. Well, yo, it's you again. One is becoming rather tired of these constant interruptions. It's only my second time here, dude. So sorry, Your Majesty. It's just, we have something for you. Yeah, we picked that out especially for you, Catface. It'll get rid of that tiredness of yours in no time. Give you a new lease of life, it will. Strong teeth, glossy fur. Yeah, I'm not sure that's... yeah, that sounds just the ticket. This accursed fatigue will be the death of one. Dealing with all these visitors has taken its toll. Oh yes, the Cat King here, King Tom the 14th, his little speaking idiosyncrasy is that he refers to himself as one. Not to worry, Your Majesty. A little bit of enthusiasm is all you need, ain't it? Yeah, so pretty much most of the major... Well, some of the major people you speak to are going to have odd speaking patterns like this. So it adds a little bit of personality to each one. Alright, so let's give him his heart from way the heck back here, I guess.
So, do you think it worked?
Let's see, shall we?
What the devil was one up to?
Your Meowjesty, please tell us you're back to your old self.
Eh? Why, one is 10 times more energetic than one has ever been. But one feels different somehow.
This is your doing, is it not? Then you must be rewarded. Your Meowjesty, it seems that these brave adventurers have lifted the curse that was placed upon you.
What? Is this true?
Yes, Your Meowjesty. It appears that you were cursed with a lack of enthusiasm.
Is that so? One certainly didn't feel oneself for a while there. It seems one is in your debt.
What would you claim as your prize? Yeah, he's much more lively now that he's got his enthusiasm back. Even though for the first part of the first speech that he had that we talked to him, he was reasonably lively up until we asked for the wand, and then he just kind of went into slacker mode. So, kind of strange, actually. Tidy, you know what to ask for, ain't it, Ollie boy? Oh, sure. We need a magic wand, Your Majesty. Yo, is that so? Strangely, one feels as if one has had this conversation before. Now one thinks of it, there is a wand one prized very highly as a kitten, hidden away safely in one's bedchamber. There is, eh? And? And one would be willing to part with it, but one will have to find it first. Return later on, and one shall present it to you. Jeepers, thank you very much, Your Meowjesty. So, boy, if you are in search of a wand, can one take it that you are perhaps a wizard? Indeed he is, Your Meowjesty, a shiny new apprentice wizard, who doesn't exactly know much magic yet. Is that so? Then let one provide you with a spell or two. One's wand will be of little use without spells to cast, after all. Really, Your Meowjesty? That's so kind of you. Thank you very much. You received a page describing the Spring Lock spell. And the Rejuvenate spell. Yo-ho-ho. You must enjoy the spells that inspired one so much in one's younger days. One that unlocks things, and one that restores things to their former glory, eh? What did you used to get up to with these, Your Meowjesty? None of your business, Fairy. Now, boy, you travel with a familiar, do you not? Want to send word to the Cottermaster store down in the town that you are to be given permission to shop there. The Cottermaster store? What kind of a place is that, Your Meowjesty? You are sure that you are an adventurer. One cannot help but fear for the safety of such an innocent. No matter. The Cottermaster store provides weapons and equipment for the use of familiars. Why not go and browse the products on offer while one seeks out one's wand? We sure will, Your Meowjesty. Thank you very much. Now, one has plenty to attend to. Come and present yourselves to one again in a short while. Alright, so we're going to get a wand. It's just going to take him a few minutes to find it. That's not bad. And we can go to the weapon shop and get stuff for our familiars. Nice. Yeah, there's nothing else hidden in the throne room. I just like looking around. So you got anything to say? It's been a long while since King Tom was so full of life. What in the world did you do to him? Well, I kind of mended his broken heart, I guess. Let's just put it that way. Thank you for everything. One shall go and seek out one's wand immediately. Alright, so we'll come back to him eventually, get our wand, and then get on out of here. Let's go check out the Cottermaster store. Some of the stuff that you buy there can be used for Oliver, like the accessories, but most of like the weapons and armor type stuff, those are not useful for Oliver. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I don't think we can do any more side quests still, but eventually. There's still a good chunk of side quests here in Ding Dong Dell that we can do, and we're going to be coming back to continue doing them throughout the game. Let's see. No? Nothing over here? Alright, let's just go to the Cottermaster store. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with the Swift Solutions yet, because, well, there's not really a whole lot to do right now. Ah, it's you. His Meowjesty informed me that you would be coming. He instructed me to sell you whatever you require, and I'm more than happy to cooperate. So have a look around. I'm sure you'll find something here with which to equip your familiars. Equip my familiars? How do you mean, sir? You know, we've already went over this, Oliver. Ah, seems an explanation is in order. Very well, then. Here crows nothing. To ensure your familiars don't get caught short, you can give them a boost by equipping them with certain items. I don't want to crow, but you'll find plenty of items your familiars can equip among my wares. There are 3 types: weapons, armor, and accessories. Just remember that the items a familiar can equip vary according to its genius. Genus, my bad, not genius. It's not complicated, so don't get into a flap. The best way to learn is just try equipping your familiars. But don't feel left out, will you? Humans can, of course, equip items too. Select friends and familiars and press X to change the items you have equipped. Caw, why not buy a nice matching set of items for you and your familiars? Birds of a feather stick together, after all. Gee, okay. As soon as I have some money, I'll start buying some accessories and stuff. Sounds like this old bird has done a proper sales number on you, Ollie boy. Just remember that accessories aren't the only thing you can equip. Wizards like you can use all sorts of wands as well. Flippin' heck, Mun. Speaking of wands, we need to go and get your new wand off King Tom, ain't it? Clearly forgotten I had. Yeah, I guess he's probably found it by now. I reckon so, Ollie boy. Come on, let's head for the palace. Alright, before we do that, let's see if he has anything, for sale. I don't think he has too much here. But yeah, look, you could get a well-worn sword for 160 guilders if you don't have one already. But you can go find one for free. So I'd rather just get that one. Now, this is a knife right here. For the most part, swords and knives are classified as the same type of equipment. So like a familiar that can equip swords can also equip knives. The difference between swords and knives is that swords will pretty much always favor attack power and very occasionally have a little bit of magic power attached to them, whereas knives pretty much always have a equal boost to physical and magical attack power. I think that is. It's either an equivalent boost or the magical attack power is a little less. Let me see here. Yeah, the daggers, they're always going to have pretty much equivalent magical and physical attack power. That way, that way you can give it to like a magic-based familiar that he can do mixed damage. So those are going to be pretty good later on, but for right now, I'm not too worried about it. Spears, we don't have anybody that can use spears right now, and same with the spiral horns, so I'm not too worried about that. As for armor, you can get a wooden shield for your might there, but we already found one again. I think we got that one from request, right? Let's see, helmets. Yeah, the might can equip helmets. We can't equip the leather armor, and we can't equip the garb, and we can't equip the mantle. And Oliver can't equip any of these either. The only thing Oliver can equip from the store is the Chinese tooth that we can find out in the harvest, or not the harvest one, the hidden treasure out on the world map. But since it costs 200 gold and we already have one, I'm not too worried about it. So there you go. I mean, they'll eventually sell better stuff in different towns, but for right now, I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so let's go hopefully find King Tom's magic wand. That'd be awesome. It'd be also nice if the pots around here respawn at some point, but oh well. Yeah, a good portion of the equipment you need will be gathered just from doing quests. I mean, you'll just have to fill in a couple blanks with buying from shops. So for the most part, you'll get a pretty good chunk of it just from doing tasks and whatnot. Huh. It doesn't look like King Tom's standing over there. I see his guard, and maybe he's still looking for it. Maybe the guard does let us lounge around on the chair for a little bit until he comes back. Oh, it's you. Thank goodness. You have to help us. Something terrible has happened. I left the palace for a grand total of 5 minutes. What did you guys do wrong this time? Flippin' heck, Mun. Don't tell me old King Tom's gone and got his heart broken again. Well, that was fast. No, his Meowjesty's heart is in good working order, as far as I know. As far as you know. After he restored his Meowjesty's missing enthusiasm, he was determined to find his old wand so that he could give it to you by way of a reward. So determined, in fact, that he said he would go and look for it himself. Well, that's good, ain't it? What's all the fuss about? His Meowjesty has disappeared. Eh? The gatekeepers swear that he hasn't left Ding Dong Dell, and it is nowhere to be found. I smell a rat by here, Ollie boy. Well, I suppose there's only one thing for it, eh? What's that, Mr. Drippy? A spot of investigating, ain't it? Right-tail, helmet face. You and your mates keep an eye on the castle. We're going looking for clues. Oh, yes. Understood. But where do we look, Mr. Drippy? Don't worry, Ollie boy. You know the place. You know it very well, in fact. Come on, I'll tell you more about it when we're outside. Okay. Where are we going, Mr. Drippy? And what's this about somewhere I know real well? Where do you think, clever clogs? Motorville, ain't it? Wait, what? Motorville? What does Motorville have to do with finding the king? Well, the answer ain't always going to be over by here, Ollie boy. Huh? What does that mean? You gotta remember the whole soulmate thing, ain't it? What we see here in this world ain't always the whole picture. Soulmates. Okay. Think about it, Ollie boy. Why are you here in our world, eh? To save my mom. Exactly. And your ma'am is a great sage Alicia's soulmate, right? And we're trying to free Alicia from the soul snare over by here so we can help your ma'am back over by there, ain't it? Well, that's what you told me, Mr. Drippy. And I wasn't fibbing. So, people in your world and my world are connected. Not just Alicia and your ma'am, all people. They are, so... Exactly. There's clever of you. There's someone over in your world that's connected to King Tom over by here. And when someone in our world is in a potch, you can sometimes find out how to help them from their soulmate over in your world. Because they're connected, see? Obvious when you think about it, ain't it? So somebody in my world is King Tom's soulmate, huh? That's right, but maybe not a person, and maybe not in such a lofty position as our friend the Cat King. Huh? Well, Shopkeeper's Cat and King of Ding Dong Dell ain't exactly similar status-wise, is it? Shopkeeper's Cat? I don't think Flippin' heck, man, it's like pulling teeth. Okay, so soulmates can look and even act the same, right? We've covered that already. So when you first saw King Tom, you instantly thought to yourself, hello, hello, he's a spitting image of Timmy the Cat, isn't he? He is. I did? So you mean that King Tom and Timmy Toldrum are... Well, Miss Layla's cat. There's clever of you. Better late than never. But Timmy's just a cat. Exactly. Just like our pal King Tom. What's so strange about that? Crikey, you're not very perceptive for a youngster, are you? If two people are soulmates, there will be similarities somewhere. You've just got to keep an open mind and a peeled eye. Spot the similarities and you'll find the soulmate. Gee, I never knew. So Timmy, huh? Timmy indeed, my lad. If we can find that fat old furball, we might get a clue as to where King Tom's got himself to. So magic's up a gateway, and let's get over to your world, shall we? You remember how, don't you? Sure I do. Let's go see how everybody back in Motorville is doing. Alright, so back to Motorville to find King Tom's soulmate. Yeah, this will come up every once in a while. In order to help like a major person in the plot, you'll have to go back to Motorville and find the soulmate that corresponds to the person in this world that you need to help. For the most part, it's not going to be Drippy saying, hey, this is the guy we need to talk to. For the most part, you're going to have to go back there and do a little bit of investigating. And what else? What the heck was I just going to say? Oh yeah, conveniently enough, all the people that are connected are in Motorville. Luckily for us, I mean, luckily we don't got to go back and like travel to France or something. No, all the people that we need to find for soulmate purposes, they'll be right there in Motorville. So that's pretty nice. Alright, so you remember how back in the first episode, Drippy told us that we needed a nice wide open area to cast our gateway spell in? Yeah, that was a little bullshit. You can cast your gateway spell wherever the heck you want, and just because of that, I'm going to try to find a nice cramped little area here to cast it in, just to prove Drippy Boy wrong. I don't know why he tried to lie to us, but oh well. Let's see, there's got to be someplace. I guess, you know what? It doesn't get much more cramped than in between this little area right here. Yeah, we don't need a giant, big, wide open area. That was just for storyline purposes. See, barely took up more than a few inches. Alright, so we are back in Motorville, and, well, there we go. I guess Timmy Toldrum, as his name is, will be reasonably easy to find since he's right here in Miss Layla's store. Miss Layla's milk bar, shall we? Oh, Oliver, seeing you, I just don't know what to say, dear. It's fine, Miss Layla. I'm okay now. You are? Well, I'm pleased to hear that, honey. But if there's anything I can do, just let me know, won't you? Actually, there's something you can do for me right now, Miss Layla. You can tell me where Timmy is. Is he here in the store? Well, now that you mention it, I don't think I've seen him. Timmy? Timmy? Where's my Timmy Toldrum? He must have run off somewhere, the little rascal. He's probably gone exploring, huh? Oh, Ellie boy, does this little situation remind you of anything? It sure does. It's just like what happened with King Tom. Bingo. We've got ourselves a missing cat king in one world and a missing fat cat in another. And I reckon the reason why will be the same too. Track down Timmy, and you're sure to find the vital clue that'll help solve the mystery. There's sharp of you. And this here's your patch, ain't it? You know it like the back of your hand. Uh-huh. I'll solve the case of the missing cat in no time. Well, I guess the missing cats. I'm awfully sorry I couldn't help you, dearie. But you did help. Thanks, Miss Layla. I did? Well, alright then. Goodbye now, dear. Goodbye, Miss Layla. Right to Wally boy, let's start out where you know best, shall we? Round by your house, I mean. Sure, let's go. Unfortunately, you can't actually like buy anything from Miss Layla's store. That'd be kind of funny, actually, but oh well. Alright, so we gotta go find Timmy Toldrum. I think we're gonna go ahead and do that next time, though. So, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.